It's 2 a.m. Like any military operation, the command team needs a base camp. They choose a park in the nearby town of Gilroy. In 3 hours, there will be nearly 1,000 firefighters and support personnel here. The camp must be fully operational. The challenge falls to an entourage of CAL FIRE logistics personnel and contractors who are charged with transforming this park into a city, complete with every modern amenity.
Juices are on the food truck. Actually, ask Jorge or somebody. We need juices and milks.
Food is a top priority. Every firefighter must receive a hot breakfast and 2 bag lunches before they leave camp for their first 24-hour shift.
Everything else is being delivered.
Local caterer Tammy Kirk has that covered.
Okay, we normally do large corporations, private parties, houses, and we got called for the Cupertino fire, and now they're calling us for the Gilroy fire. And so we have to have food ready for 900 at 6 a.m.
Now we're building a mini city. You'll have, what you see here, mobile kitchen units, you'll have showers, you'll have laundry units, heaters and air conditioning HVAC system on every single tent. Then you also have the power distribution to turn lights on, plug computers in, networks, wireless phones, light towers to light the camp up. There's trucks that bring in potable water. It's a little city that you're building, from A to Z.
From this home base, the command team will stage its attack on the wildfire, however long that takes. As dawn approaches, the sky to the east is filled with smoke. The battle is just beginning. It's day 2 of the wildfire campaign. By dawn, the camp is buzzing with activity. The command team distributes copies of its plan to the firefighters arriving for the 6 a.m. briefing. Many are still bleary-eyed from their long journey to the camp.
What we had is the fire started right around a little before 2 o'clock, tripled in size in about the first 15 minutes, currently at about 4,000 acres. We're holding it to the Blue Ridge here.
The fuels out there are critical. They respond very quickly to changes in the weather. Do not lose situational awareness.
Wallen orders his forces into the park. More than 900 firefighters, 100 engines, and 20 bulldozers. Their mission is to carve a fuel-free line around the entire area, connecting existing roads and fire lines with fresh fire breaks, at least 30 feet wide. The fire engines lead the charge, traveling to the front lines in strike team formation. 1 team leader and 5 engines. These firefighters are literally facing an uphill battle.
It's steep terrain, so you're battling the elements of the terrain. You're battling the elements of the weather. The winds are actually a little bit stronger than they predicted, so that can change things. Plus, we haven't had that much rain this winter, so all the fuel moistures are at critical rates. So we're gonna the possibility of extreme fire behavior is very potential.
And when the strike teams come face to face with the fire, they see that their predictions are dead on. They have a long day ahead. They'll spend the next 24 hours in the field, clearing dry brush and trees from the path of the fire and digging new fire breaks all day and through the night.
You guys spread out from that engine up there, every 50 feet to me.
But for some of the firefighters, it's a welcome challenge. Almost half the forces here, more than 800 men, are minimum security inmates of California state prisons. They're specially trained in creating fire breaks in wildland conditions and work for $1 an hour, making them essential to cost-conscious fire commanders. As the strike teams get to work on the ground, the incident command activates another phase of their strategy, the aerial assault. A motley assortment of helicopters, including several ships from the National Guard, form an aerial bucket brigade. They operate from an impromptu airbase set up by Silvertip, a company owned and run by retired firefighters.
Because we provide a complete helibase within an hour of our arrival. Everything we have is packed in the vehicles and in this trailer. The copters come out of the sky and we put them on the right place, get them briefed, get them maps, and they get refueled and away they go to fight the fire.
Their job is to shadow the crews on the ground, targeting flare-ups in narrow ravines and on steep ridges. The aircraft haul giant buckets of water to the fire. Every water drop must be a surgical strike. With only 2 hours of fuel on board, they can't afford to miss. Meanwhile, fixed-winged aircraft are scrambled into the sky to lay down fire retardant, keeping flames away from the fire line so crews can continue to work. But not all crews have made it to the front lines as planned. Captain Robert Doherty is one of the strike team leaders ordered to build brakes around the fire. But on the way, he receives new orders. Stop and pull off the road. A set of conflicting commands has put dozens of strike teams on the roads at the same time, heading in opposite directions. Traffic has ground to a halt.
Oh,
There's good roads.
they're good roads. You're not thinking about a big enough box. Yeah.
Means the fire's gonna get bigger.
The first day also has its challenges for Ernie Solis, a logistics trainee who hopes to parlay a stellar performance here into a permanent assignment.
Do you have any tents or are you out?
That's it right now.
So you've laid them all. What's going to happen now is we need to accommodate for the sleeping arrangements. We're going to get bigger. We need to make sure we got room for it. I need more tents. Right now, yeah, I need more tents. I need this place built by tomorrow morning at 0800. So I'll have them start from that corner. I'll probably put
Ernie's list is filled with unchecked items. The firefighters coming off the fire line need a hot meal and shower, and it's up to Ernie to ready the camp for them, bringing in power, water, and every conceivable amenity, from a full-service laundry to hand-washing stations. Most of the firefighters and support personnel sleep in motels nearby, but the backbone of the workforce, the inmates, live on base. Ernie must build a separate part of the camp to house them. Kept under guard and confined to the camp in 90-degree temperatures, the inmates have nowhere to rest unless Ernie can come up with more tents.
I mean, I got these guys out here on the ground right now, and they need to be in tents, relaxing in the AC, and that's my biggest challenge is getting them in there, resting them, because they're going to be out there working tomorrow.